Hello everyone, my name is Masterstarman, and welcome back for more Let's Play Kirby Super Star. Unlocking a new mode right off the bat that we are not going to go off to. We're going to be playing and starting the longest mode of this game by far, and for a long time this was not my least favorite, but one of my least favorites that turned maybe my favorite mode in this game. I have a lot of nostalgia for Great Cave Offensive, as it's called here. Get through the deadly cave while collecting hidden treasures. This mode is really cool. It was also the basis for one of the biggest stages in Smash Bros. That a lot of people don't really like. I actually kind of unironically enjoy it. But yeah. Find treasures throughout the cave. It's fun and exciting. You must find as many hidden treasures as you can. If you find a treasure, move Kirby to it and press up. Push X to see the treasures you found. That's basically the bulk of this mode here. There's a lot to this here. Yeah, a lot of treasures in various hidden places. There's 60 in this mode. There's also basically 4 levels. I don't think it is evenly spread about, like, yeah, total of 60. Let's see how many you can find. Oops. The story of this mode is that Kirby basically fell down a hole and is trapped in this weird little cave. But yeah, this is me immediately getting Vulcan jabbed by a guy. That's a great way to start this here. One very useful tip I'm gonna give right off the bat is that you technically just need to approach a chest while holding up, and you'll automatically get it here, so like... sometimes you'll have to tap, like, up to do it, but... yeah, there's gonna be a lot of instances where it's useful to just hold up in order to get something there. But yeah, this mode's really cool. I remember... okay, we don't actually want to hit this second block here, because there's kind of a bit of a trap with it here. We can open up this here, get a whip here. If we hit this here... it'll create a firewall there. You can easily just reset the room there to try the puzzle again if you mess that up, but yeah. Wing might be nice here. I did not mean to open that up there. I remember... so, probably one of my favorite memories I had with this game was that this was always kind of the thing I did if I, like, could not sleep for whatever reason. Hold on a minute. If I could not sleep for whatever reason, I've had many days where I would wake up very early and basically play this in Superstar Ultra just in my bed, like, bring up my DS just to play that. I remember the day that I got my 3DS capture card. This was in the summer of 2013, I think it was. And I had one of those memories where I was following the tracking of that like a hawk, because I wanted that so badly. And I remember... whenever I eventually got it, I was tracking it for a while, and it was like a Friday morning, and I woke up, and I knew it was basically meant to arrive that day, because I was following the tracking like a hawk, and it was in a nearby place, basically, and the post office didn't open until, like, was it maybe 8 or 9 a.m.? I know they open at 8 now. I don't know why it would have been 9 before, but... or if 9 was just whenever I could have actually gone there, basically, but... There's a thing here. Can I actually... I think there's a thing here anyway. Maybe there's not a thing there? Maybe it was just the waddle-doo swinging there. This is an instance where it's useful just to hold up while you're approaching that there, because we can get the Serious Sword. That chest will break if it touches the fire otherwise. Well, maybe it's here that I'm thinking of. I know there is a thing up one of these areas here. There's also a thing down there as well. Yeah, I woke up at 3:51 a.m. Messaged my friend Alex, and I just went like... I still have this picture saved here. It was basically... like, it was just like 3:51 a.m. Jesus, dude, what are you doing up this time? Like, yeah, I can't sleep, and... yeah. Oh man, that's a memory I'll always remember, just because of, well, yeah, it's just one of those memories here. Here we have a rest area where we can save our progress, and if we die here, which is actually easier to do than you think, we'll respawn here instead of back at the beginning. That's another thing that is a little bit tricky about this mode. But yeah, I'll always remember that night, basically, or that morning, and it was a really weird day for me, because I remember I woke up, I played this whole, like, Great Cave Offensive at, like, 4 in the morning, because, I don't know, it was, like, I literally could not sleep, I was that excited, and the 3DS capture card did come that morning as well, and yeah, that's what I spent most of my day kind of fiddling with, basically. I think I can just get this with a fighter here, yeah. Zebra Mask. I think I can get Cutter in another later room here. Shoot, I kind of wish I had an ability here. You can literally one-shot Bonkers here if you destroy the middle thing platform here. Otherwise, you have to fight Bonkers here. It's not that hard otherwise. The patterns in this game are so bizarre. Like, I'm sure they're fine to some people, but, you know, he just kind of, like, up and attacked me, like, way faster than I was thinking he would have. I don't know how I broke the floor there, but that was beautiful. Okay. Okay, I can get Cutter there, which I'm gonna need, but I'm gonna... This is kind of risky here. Okay, there is health here at least. We get the Star Stone. I'm taking Cutter because I do actually need this ability in the next room. I want to say you get a Cutter later in the room too, though, so... There's a secret down here. Okay, yeah, there is more Cutters here. Sticking closer to the bottom here. Plasma Wisp is pretty gosh darn cute, I will say, even though Plasma's a weird ability because they merged it with Spark at one point, and then for some reason in Star Allies separated it from Spark, and I don't really know why. I remember, like, a long time ago, I was actually in a stupid argument with someone on a Discord server one time about that, because they were like, I don't know, somebody who, like, basically was complaining that Spark was terrible and that Plasma was so much better, and this and that. I'm heading over this way here, which is kind of scary because there are attacks in the room which can steal my ability. I'm basically just getting the thing that requires Cutter here first, which is just over here. I'll come back for the thing in the center of the room there first. This is Springtime. Superstar Ultra changed this a little bit. Every area in this is based on a season, which is neat. But Superstar Ultra changed it so that there's not, like, there's a treasure in this game. Okay, now I'm glad I got that treasure when I did, because that was really annoying there. There's a treasure basically called Springtime, Summertime, Autumn Time, and Wintertime, basically. Hi bonkers, bye bonkers. They basically changed the 4 season treasures into just being one treasure in this game, in the remake for some reason, and renamed some of the other treasures to other things. I forget exactly what changed, but because the items are in the same spots, they just change names every few times, basically. I want to say the treasures stay saved even if you die. I seem to remember that being the case. Speaking of dying, I don't plan to do that. I really hope that attack doesn't just land on me here. Please give me this. I'm gonna die to whatever hits me here. This, yeah, that, I believe, is everything in this area here. I had no way of reacting to that! That stupid tack! Show me tack! I'll meet you guys back in a minute there. That was stupid. That was just tack stealing my ability, but it's okay. I don't really need it anyway. Oh man, I can't believe tack did that, but that's, now you see why I prioritized going for the cutter area there. Anyways, I know what I'm taking here. And it's boss time. We got Fatty Whale. One of my favorite names for a boss here. He's pretty easy. Pretty cool use of, like, attacking him while he's in the background there, though. I think it is just a really clever, like, visual fight there. There's another cool little sequence here. We have the trolley. Not faster to ride this at all, but it's neat. I remember old, like, all copy ability videos would have to feature this because, I mean, by all accounts, Kirby's portrait does change there. And this is Area 2, which is a bit different than Area 1 in essence here. For one thing, we have some more triumphant music here. There's several secrets here, I think, or at least, like, a hidden secret here. We got Cinderella's glass slippers here. Not sure what they're doing at the bottom of this lake here, but go on, I guess. Here's actually the save room for this area. There's actually only a handful of smaller areas here. And I think we want to go left to right for all of these modes here. At least, like, the one on the right's, like, kind of the last area here. This area here just creates a gush of water here. I think certain abilities can actually let you go through this room backwards. We kind of go through this clockwise, or this room in a clockwise fashion, but I think certain abilities let you go through it counterclockwise. This room here, hold up whenever you hit this, because that guarantees you're going to grab this here. Pretty free trick to doing that. If I still had Jet, I could get this with that, but because I don't, I'm gonna actually need to use the crash ability to get this here. Yeah, Jet can actually hit this here, which is really nice, but if you don't have Jet, then oh well. Get the brass knuckles there. Get a Makoto Nijima weapon there. It's like some Makoto. He's definitely my favorite member of the Phantom Thieves. I don't know why I'm talking about Persona 5 right now. That game came out like 20 years after this game came out. You briefly saw, like, my favorite frame of Poppy Bros there. The store can be a little tricky to get in here. We can get the fish fossil and the beast fossil, I believe. Yep. Funny, speaking of fossils, actually, I just finished 100%ing Donkey Kong Bonanza earlier today, and that game has a lot of fossils you have to collect. Really great game, by the way, though. If you have a Switch 2, then that is definitely one that you're going to want to pick up, because it is quite great. We get Michelangelo's weapon, I guess, here. It's hard to view it here unless you're in multiplayer, but I really love the face Poppy makes whenever he's crouching. It's really, really, really funny. But it doesn't seem like he's going to want to do that. Ah, yes, this room. I think we can actually get Jet in here again, which is really nice. And Jet's actually pretty good for this room, if I remember right. Get Yo-Yo here also, which is quite good. Apologies in advance if you see me using Jet Kirby a lot whenever I play this game. Oh man, whenever I played Kirby Planet Robobot for the first time, I will say this for the record, when Robobot was first announced, I was so excited for it just for the fact they brought the Jet ability back. And like, they didn't even really show the Jet ability, because I'm jumping ahead thinking of this here. This is a bucket from Mario and Wario. I still have no idea what that game even is, really, other than, like, the bucket's apparently a thing from it, and I think it uses the SNES mouse for some reason, but that game never left Japan, so oh well. But yeah, they didn't bring this besides the anime, they did not bring this ability back until Planet Robobot, and, like, it makes sense in that game thematically, in the sense that there's, like, a lot of, like, robotic, you know, robots and stuff in that game. It makes sense to have a jetpack, basically, and they were able to make some cool shmup sequences with it. I remember the trailer just highlighted one of those shmup segments. When I saw what ability Kirby had, I was like, oh my god, they brought Jet Kirby back. I think I remember tweeting something about it that night that was like, this was easily the best part of the entire Direct, and I zoomed in specifically on just the fact that it said Jet there. I know I'm gonna have to find that there and share that now. This one is tricky here. You'll want to not do that. Crap. I have to go through the entire room again to grab that. Got it. $100 coin. Value it. Way more G than what it actually was. That's pretty funny. I'm gonna save here. Actually, maybe not save necessarily, but I can heal here at least, so very nice. I believe you can do that as often as you need to, which is also really nice. There's a thing here. Starting today, you are the real Captain Falcon. Actually, this was at a time when... yeah, the only thing Captain Falcon was in, I think, was the original F-Zero at this time. I'm pretty sure F-Zero X wouldn't come out for another year or two, and this obviously predates Smash by quite a few years, so a lot of people probably didn't even really know who Captain Falcon was back in these days. Kind of funny to think about there. Treasure chest here. The dud. That's a great one. Get out here, attack. There's the... yeah, that's the... that's the attack that in Ultra you can literally, like, one-shot Dynablade with if you hit it a certain way. Not really possible in the original, though, just because you can't really grab the star projectiles Dynablade has. Oh, shoot. How did I have that many iframes? Jesus, Jet, you have... Like, Jet has so many iframes when using it, it's pretty great. The Truth Mirror... Did I not get Summertime in this area? Which, by the way, oh yeah, I totally did. Yeah, you might be confused about the seasons here. I think it's something to do with, like, the southern hemisphere, I think, with, like, flipping spring, like, summertime and wintertime, I think, which is why the summer area has a bunch of ice and crystals and stuff. Anyways, we have a really cool boss fight here. This is the computer virus. It's a slime. First attack by slime. This little pipsqueak actually got an attack on me. For that, it must die. Dancing doll appears. Kirby attacks. 59 damage points. This fight's really, really funny, basically. The slime and the dancing doll are both really, really pathetic enemies. And we have the witch here. I'm actually gonna wait this one out here a little bit here because I want to see if I can get a specific ability here. Whenever you see it do the retreat, that's actually just it raising its defenses, which can be kind of annoying. The witch is the only one that's even remotely a threat here. That's something I need! That's something I need! Okay, got it. You'll see why here in a minute. I'm gonna try and do something here before I end the video off here, because Stage 3 of this area is definitely the longest area here. I would say... I've dropped this controller so much here. But yeah, we get a bunch of extra experience points and other funny things that don't really matter, which is really funny, but adorable. I love that boss fight. It's really great. If you can, try and get either Stone or Hammer for the beginning of this, if you are going for 100%, for reasons you'll understand why in a little bit here. Because for now, we have arrived at the old tower. This area is massive. It is the biggest area here by far. And I'm gonna immediately start by going left here. This is definitely, I think, the trickiest area here because you need to have either Stone or Hammer to get this way. That's why I freaked out a bit when I saw Hammer there. Usually it's Stone I find that I see here, but yeah. Now then... I'm gonna take fire here. Shoot. Technically speaking, you need fire for this, but I don't see why Bonkers can't do this, because Bonkers also has fire elements here. It's a bit of a mid-boss here that's kind of tricky. This is the... Oh, shoot, I'm very low on health here. Ah, there's a healing thing here. This is a boss known as, Jiu-Jitsu Master, I think, or Judo Master. I never remember, and I think they changed it in Ultra, but we got a turtle shell here. I think that's actually called Koopa Shell in the remake. I could be wrong about that, but very nice little Mario reference there. Can Bonkers get this? Because... no, he can't. Okay. I'm sure if this was in multiplayer, he could. This is a really weird secret here, and I don't get it. Because you need to have two-player activate this with Burning Leo. Thankfully, the AI is at least wise enough to know what to do with this, but it's such a weird secret. We got a Sword. I could be wrong. I want to say that might be a reference to Fire Emblem or something. I don't know for sure, but I feel like I've heard people say that that's like a reference to Marth or something. The next room is by and far, I think, the hardest part of this here, though. I'm very nervous for this, because if I die here, I have to redo a lot. And there's a... Okay, got it. There's a bottomless pit here, there's Gordos everywhere. And if you die here, you have to basically go a long distance to get stone or hammer again. It's really, really obnoxious. There are some easier spots to get those, but yeah. With all of that being said, I think we're actually probably going to call this a video here, because we're pretty close to the beginning of this area here. Old Tower is by far the longest stage in Great Cave Offensive. It's a very big marathon to kind of get through, so I think we'll save this one and probably finish up Great Cave next time. We'll see. The next level is also pretty long. If you like this one, thanks everyone for watching. I've been Masterstarman. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a thumbs up, a comment, and express your love for this stage in Super Smash Bros. For Ryu and Ultimate, because I'm one of the few who likes that stage, even if it is colossal, but I find it fun considering my attachment to the mode. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys then. Have yourselves a great day, and peace out.